Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're doing something completely different. As you can see, the setup is completely different because I moved places. I've been living here for a while, but I had a little bit of technical difficulties getting everything set up, so that's why it's taken so long for another video. Today we are playing Escape from Tarkov, a game I've been playing loads in my free time. And I thought I'd do like a little bit of a series for you guys, because this game has such a steep learning curve. I think you guys might learn a thing or two, and I'll learn a thing or two, trying to explain everything I've learned to you. And my brother can watch this series, so I don't have to explain everything to him while we're doing raids together. And he's like, my legs! My leg's not working! Oh, Max, did you take painkillers with you then? What is a painkiller? What? Okay, you guys can see my frustration with that one. No, I'm just kidding. I absolutely love playing this game with my brother, and it's actually the most fun I've had with a game in a long time. So, without further ado, let's just jump straight into this. This is a completely new account. What we're going to do is we're going to go through all the tasks. We're going to go through everything I've learned. Hopefully you guys learn something from it. So when you first load into the game, you get to the normal screen, and you actually have all this gear on. I've put in my stash because, to be honest with you, I don't think it's a very good idea to jump straight in with all your gear. If you go to the trader, go to the dealers, as you can see, all these items here are not examined yet, and I do recommend examining all of them. The reason for that is if you find a weapon in a raid and you have not examined, which is a hard word, if you haven't examined the ammo, you will not be able to get the ammo inside the gun or inside the magazine, and you wouldn't be able to reload, which has happened to my brother quite a lot, with shotguns, with all kinds of weapons. So I'm going to go through these really quickly, through all the trainers. It's not too bad because on the bottom right side, as you can see, you actually gain XP from doing this. So that's not a very bad idea to get started off with, because in this game, the biggest thing when you start out is leveling up your traders, and leveling up your character itself to level up your traders to get better weapons and all that. Definitely grab everything from Prapor, grab everything from the therapist, and I'll meet you once I've done all that. Alright, so as you can see, we have actually examined everything successfully. For those of you who don't know, if you press your middle mouse button, this one, you press it, you examine something quickly instead of having to right click and then examining it. So the first thing you want to focus on is going to Prapor and get the debut task, which has you kill 5 scavs at customs and hand over 2 MP133 shotguns. You can either find these shotguns, or once you reach level 5, you'll be able to buy them from the flea market. There's also a task from Therapist, who wants you to hand over some Salewa kits and find 5 of them. I'm pretty sure you don't actually have to find these in raid, so you could buy them from the flea market once you get to level 5 as well. Now, one thing you have to know once you, before you start, is a bandage stops bleeding, a splint mends a broken body part, and the AI2 heals your health. And I would never go into a raid without any of these. And what you also want to bring at every time, and I'm actually going to buy 5 of them, which is kind of expensive because we only have 300,000 rubles, is these painkillers. Now what these do is, let's say you get legged, someone shoots your legs completely to 0 health. Normally you would just stumble about really slowly, and that's normally you just die when that happens, because you're slow. Scavs come to you because they've heard gunfire, and that's a bad time. So if you take a painkiller, your leg's still fucked, but you'll be able to run. Now, I'm taking a pistol, and I'm taking 2 magazines. I'm not taking anything else for the first raid, except for buying a balaclava from Ragman. Reason for that is I just feel like if you have that on your face, you're a little bit less visible. But to be honest with you, the first couple of raids are really difficult. You want to go into customs normally because of the task you have. Debut, kill 5 scavs at customs. It's not a very hard quest to do. But yeah, as I've said, we don't have any body armor. We don't have a helmet on. It gets kind of tricky. Especially for me, because I am in the Netherlands right now. And it's so busy. So many people online. Always players everywhere hunting you. It's a bad time. Now, if you go into Escape From Tarkov, you have a PMC or a scav. Your PMC is your main character. You can do quests with him. Your scav is just a scav. You spawn into a random game. You can choose the map, but it's a random game where there's a random amount of time passed, and you can't do any quests. Normally, a scav run is just there. If you don't have any items to use anymore, you might want to go in as a scav. Now, I normally go during the daytime, especially on customs. Click next a couple of times. Try to ensure your items, if you get killed by a scav and no one finds your body, normally you get all your items back. Now we're going to go ready. Our objective for this run is find a scav with a backpack. We want to kill him, and we want to bring back a couple of items. Now, the little secure container in your inventory, the 2x2, for a normal account is actually items that you don't lose them if you die. So let's see how this game goes once we load into it. Right, so we're loading in. I have turned down the game volume a little bit because it's raining, which is both a good and a bad thing. 80% of this game is listening to where people are, and you can't hear anyone coming in the rain. So we have spawned. This spawn is alright, I guess. You just want to go in here. If you press D and Alt, you might be able to... okay, we have no space for the alkali, which is a bad thing, because we do want to take that. That's fucked. We're going to take these two out, and we're going to try and take the alkali in our secure stash, because that's worth about 60k. Ooh, there's a headset. Okay, so now we can hear much better because we have the headset. This headset is worth about 40,000. So that's not too bad either. There's someone coming, as you can hear. I'm pretty sure he's behind us now. So we want to be really silent. There he is. And we dropped him. Just going to take it slow here for a little bit. I don't think he had anything with him. This alkali is worth about 40,000 on the flea market, so even if we die right now, we've already... Oh, fuck. Okay. We want to get out of here. See if he had anything. No. Anything worth anything around here? No. What's in here? He didn't pick anything up yet. Yep, that's a weapon. Okay. We really want to leave this place now. Being nearly full. The ammo is not too great, but hey, it's something. So there was loads of fighting going around here. Now, I don't like this side on customs. And the reason for it is that there is only one way you can go through here, and that's actually fucked. So we might just want to try and take our leave as soon as we can. Go through here, which is a very, very bad spot to be in. If someone is waiting in the bushes here, it wouldn't be the first time I get absolutely decimated by someone who's doing that. I hope my audio levels with the rain are good for you guys. We'll see. It's the first episode, right? So We have a weapon. This weapon sells for about 30,000. It's also a weapon we can use in our raids. You want to be quick here, because on the right there's loads of people. In here there's a key spawn. It's not there. Yeah, and this is a really hard jump to make sometimes. Okay, let's go. It's a little shortcut, otherwise you have to go all the way around. And then, yeah, that's what I mean. That's the sniper scav on top of the tower, I feel like. Yep. Okay, so here, I should have actually put this one. Oh my god. Yeah, this is bad. To the other side of here. Yeah, we should be good here. This is the bad thing about not having any. I'm taking a painkiller. It's a bad thing about not having a tactical vest on. Because now we have to drop items like that. Pick them back up. Come on, take it, brother. Right. So, as you can see, this game gets pretty brutal. Oh man, I swear to God, you guys have seen me playing horror games before. He's in that big silo right there, and he's still trying to shoot us. Which I don't think is a very bad thing if he's not hitting us. Kind of sounds like there's someone. Sometimes I get paranoid in this game, I swear to God. Okay, right here is the Are we bleeding? We are not. You can actually stop a heal as soon as it you put the needle in your arm. You just left click and then it stops it. This is the dorms. This is the most high action area around this map normally, because the scav boss spawns here pretty frequently. I'm just trying to not get into any trouble, so we already have killed one player, and that's a major feat. If we get out of here, I'll be happy. So from the side we spawned on, there's two ways you can actually exit the map. Normally, ooh, I shouldn't have hit that. That's fine. There's two ways you can extract. One is at the, I call it beach. There's a little boat. And then one is all the way on the other side of the map. I normally want to sprint here because you're out in the open. People try to snipe you from the dorms if they're already inside. Let's see here. I'm trying to do this playthrough a little bit relaxed. A little bit more new player friendly. There's a couple of guys who've done similar things to this, obviously, because it's YouTube and everything has already been done at this point. I remember watching Pestilli's playthrough of this when he launched it, and he went into the dorms, killed the scav boss on his very first raid, and got like 3 good weapons, all this shit, which I don't think is I don't think that's actually very fair, because I don't think any new player will be able to do that. Okay, if the fire is lit here, we can actually extract here, so that's sweet. Let's hope we don't get sniped from that bridge or anything. You normally get into the bush, and you just go left, right, left, right, left, right. I rather make a little bit of noise than get sniped by sitting still. So, that's a first raid, and that's actually a big success. Because we've killed a player. We have gained some XP by doing that. We've got a semi-decent gun, which I am going to sell, because I don't like the ADAR myself. 1400 XP, is that going to get us to level 3? No, but we are level 2 now. Almost level 3. And the first major thing we want to get to is level 5. simply because we want to start using the flea market. It's not a very difficult thing to do, reaching level 5, but that's when most of the stuff gets available. So this alkali normally sells for quite a bit. This ADAR we're going to vendor. As you can see, we've used quite a bit of that one. So we're going to take that one out of there and take a new one with us. These sword-ins I'm not going to take with me because they're actually quite expensive. One of the best, if not the best, headsets. And we can't check how much they're worth on the auction house, the flea market, but trust me, they go for quite a bit. Now, let me explain a little bit about leveling up the traders, and then we're going to call this a day with this episode. So, as you can see on the top right corner, you have your current attitude and your next loyalty level. Every time a trader levels up a loyalty level, they get new gear, new weapons, and everything, new attachments, new ammo, which you can just buy from a trader. You can buy every item people are selling from the flea market, but it's much more efficient normally to just go into presets right here. Once you've unlocked that in the hideout, you can assemble a weapon you like with the attachments you like, and once you have the traders leveled up, you'll be able to buy them instantly by just clicking assemble weapon. Now the first thing I want to do is level him up, and as you can see, this ADAR already sells for 22,000 to him, so we're going to sell that to him. And Ragman is another one you want to level up as soon as possible, because he's the one that sells all the proper body armors. Now, I think the sword-ins go for much more than 13k on the flea market, and the same goes for this alkali. It goes for much more than 6,000 on the flea market. So, I think it's worth keeping these two for now, just so that we can sell it for much more to the flea market. And that's something, yes, you do want to level up the traders, but you also want to make sure you level up the flea market, actually, because if you sell more items on the flea market and you get 10 reputation with the flea market, you'll be able to have more than 3 offers up at the same time, which will help once you get those raids where you actually do find a shit ton of stuff. I'm sorry if this is a little bit shorter of an episode. I don't know how long I want to make these. If I want to do an episode per raid, because there's so much information. Like, even now, I'm like, I didn't say this, I didn't tell you guys this. There's so much information in this game, and I don't want to just strike you, is that a word? With all this information, especially if you're a new player. So I'm going to end it here. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for future content if you did like it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.